Hi, in this video, I'm going to talk about how to use the higher time frame charts just to first identify the important arrays, right? It could be an order block, it could be an inversion or a fair value gap, right? A breaker block and so on. And based on that, how you can either form a bias, either bullish or bearish, or stay in the neutral till the price shows you something based on the important PD arrays that you have identified on the charts, right? So let's start with that. This is a weekly NQ chart. Now, if you see here, needless to say, it's extremely bullish looking chart, right? And if you look at these two down close candles, this is nothing but a bullish order block, right? So we'll just say bullish order block. And overall, the takeaway from this chart is that the trend is obviously extremely bullish, right? Now let's get to the daily chart. Now, if you look at the daily chart, between this high and this low, here we have what? A bullish fair value gap, right? So if I mark it as bullish FVG, and so if you see here with the price action of 25th September 25, right? You see there was a big wick down, but look at where the body closed, right? The body is still above 50% of this order block of this FVG, right? So we can't turn bearish as yet, right? In terms of trend, right? On a daily chart, the trend is still sort of holding based on this, right? So now what happens is if a daily candle closes below this bullish FVG and make it an inversion, then that perhaps would mean that the price wants to go a bit lower, right? So that's how we identify some of these important PD arrays, and based on that, we can draw at least our bias, right? Getting into a trading session. Now let's look at a 4-hour here. Now, if you look at a 4-hour, here is an interesting bullish FVG that I have marked here. Now, if you see, this is the candle, 15 September, 6 a.m. candle, right? Made this move. And if you look at this candle, FVG, this is held here, right? And this is what it actually pushed the price to make the all-time high. And here we are again, and it's again, working as a support. Okay, so I guess if you look at this chart, the bullish theory is still intact, and what would be really a good big win for bears would be a candle closing below this, right? Once a candle closes below this, then this also would turn to be a bearish inversion, right? And that's what the bulls would not want to do. So anyway, nevertheless, it's important to identify some of these PD arrays, right? Like here in this case is bullish FVG. Now let me get to the 1-hour chart, and here, as you can see, I have drawn this. This was earlier in bullish FVG right here. Now if you see here how many times the price came and then pushed it higher, right? 2 times, and then here higher. Finally it actually got inverted, right, yesterday. And once this happens, then you can call it a high probability bearish inversion. Why am I calling it a high probability bearish inversion? Because you see this FVG really pushed the price higher, really reacted as a support, and then finally this particular price action made it an inversion. So see what happened here today. After the price faded back into this inversion, guess what, right? It pushed back. Okay, so now if let's say tomorrow morning New York session, okay, how we are going to use all this information? So for example, if tomorrow a candle closes above this and reclaims this busy, or in other words bullish fair value gap, then what that means is that you have a much higher probability that this low is protected and then the price wants to expand again. All right, till the price is trading below that, right, below this, my bias cannot be bullish, right, because we are trading under a high probability bearish inversion. And at the same time, if I look at a 4-hour chart, obviously it's bullish, right? So when you have this kind of a scenario, you're looking at price and you have these opposing arrays, or in 4-hour you have a bullish still intact, on a daily you have still bullish intact, right? However, is in 1 hour, which is still also a higher level time frame, right? At least in my consideration, you have a high probability inversion. For that duration, till really we are in hanging either in between these bearish and bullish PDAs, my bias overall for the market is neutral, right? So that's how I use some of these PDAs, right? Some of these, inversions, order blocks, etc., to determine what the bias can be. And right now, as I said, it's neutral for me. But the moment a candle closes above this, it's actually the bias would start to turn bullish for me, right? Because once this inversion is reclaimed, it would mean that very likely the price would like to expand from here on, right? And that would be in conjunction with 4 hour, right? Because this is held and this, the price would be somewhere here, right? And then if you look at here, then again, this particular FVG is sort of also would be holding. And what it would really mean, this pullback is nothing but to really come and just rebalance this FVG and expand again. Okay, but really the key is how do you identify your arrays like this, and then based on that form you buy. So that's all I wanted to cover in this video. Hope you find.
Hey everyone, it's Dale here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like to trade alongside me and our team of prop firm funded traders every day, then click the link below the video and hop aboard. We are looking forward to trading with you.